Hello, my name is Paulus Bunning and I'm the lead technical artist at Guerrilla Games. For this project I was responsible for getting the art and animation into the game engine. The original story proposal showed us extreme slow motion animations and close-up camera shots, which meant that we would have to increase the detail way beyond anything we ever rendered before. We started by stressing the engine to its limits, by setting everything up in its maximum resolution. For some shots this would put the total polygon count to over 100 million. The next step was to optimize the content so it would run at 30 frames per second or faster. First we start by removing everything that will not be seen by the viewer, such as models, lights and effects. After this step we go into more detail by looking at the textures and shaders. The trick is to remove enough to increase the performance of the engine, but leave in the important details. It is these details that make Killzone 2 stand out. For lights, we are able to control the exact size of the light. With this we limit the amount of polygons that need complex lighting calculations. Also, not all of the lights need to cast shadows, and by only activating this for a light where the effect will be noticed, we again increase the rendering performance. Good water reflections have always been a rare thing in games. However, for this project we added support for true planar reflections to the engine, allowing us to accurately simulate reflections on water. This technique was used for the cinematic version of this project. Because we developed the planar reflections while making the sequence, the technique unfortunately was not yet optimized enough for rendering real time. To work around this, we rendered an image of the scene looking up from the water. This image we then added to the water shader, and so faking the reflection. We do intend to improve the true reflection system to be used in real time. We also had to optimize the particle effect. This is done by reducing the amount of particles used for every effect. Because the sequence is played in slow motion, we had to be very careful with this. Decreasing the particle emission rate can leave very noticeable gaps in effects such as fire or smoke. The Helga sniper is featured in a very close-up shot, so we wanted to make sure that he looked as good as possible. One thing we did to increase his detail was adding an extra set of animation control to the fabric that makes up his hood. This allowed our animators to add secondary motion to the cloth when he moves backwards away from the bullet. Creating this sequence in the game environment has shown us that we can push our engine far into the future.